Hi, everybody. Welcome to Petra's Happy Place. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is doing well and being safe out there. I know the weather has been kind of crazy in all different parts of the world, and yeah, I hope you're doing well. I have a lot to go over today, um, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So I hope you are got your cup of coffee or something ready to keep you awake for all this boring stuff. But anyway, I got my coffee. It's gotten cold. I can't help it. So, um, I have some uh, what have I been reading? I have some what am I working on? I have some what have I bought? And I have some what did I finish? And yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. And I'll try to break it up in the description box below so that you can kind of forward to the places that you want to see and then, skip past the ones you don't care about. But I hope you will watch it all, but just know it will be a long one. So, the first thing I want to do is welcome everybody. My numbers, the subscribers have multiplied, and I am so excited about that. So thank you so much for staying with me and joining me on this crazy journey of life. And that's kind of what it is, isn't it? I mean, this is a part of my life that I'm sharing with you, and you are my friends and my family, my online family, and I feel so honored that you're part of my life. Speaking of which, I wanted to give you an update on my health. And I don't know, it might not be so much of an update as some news. Um, I have to go back a little bit and say that it started New Year's Eve. Um, I had been at work and just started having just not feeling well at all. And uh, I just I don't know. I just felt tired. And of course, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my goodness, somehow I've contracted COVID and not a good thing. So, all New Year's Eve, the rest of the workday, and on New Year's Day, and the following day, which was a Sunday, I was good for nothing. I was out like a light. I was able to some crocheting done. But if I wasn't sleeping, I was just kind of like, just don't bother me kind of mode. And I was able to find a clinic, or I don't want to, not even a clinic. It was a test site that did a rapid test. I went, tested negative. Okay, that's fine. So I went back home and I thought, okay, I'm just going to treat this like a cold and just take all the medications. Mr. Happy was so sweet. He went and bought orange juice. He loaded me up with orange juice and NyQuil and Dayquil and anything, what else can I get you, which was really sweet. He even got some, you know, chicken noodle soup, and it was just very sweet of him. He was just really concerned about me. Um, but it come up to Monday, and I decided, you know what? Okay, so Sunday night, I got the test results that I was negative. But Monday, I was still feeling lousy, so I woke up. And shortly after I got up, I went and got tested again, this time for not the rapid test, but the other one. And I got the test back and it was negative again. But on, I can't even remember the days now, but there were several days I just could not go to work. I just didn't have the energy to go to work. And so, long story short, I finally went to my primary care physician. They did another rapid test. They did a flu test. I'm negative on both. It's been crazy. It's crazy. I don't have anything. So they, my PCP said it looked like I had pneumonia. So she gave me antibiotics and steroids and cough medicine and said, it should clear up. It didn't clear up. So, yeah, after I went through the whole treatment, nothing happened. I went and got an x-ray and I got the results. I have emphysema. And after doing a lot of research, I realized that I've had bronchitis, acute bronchitis, for several years now. And I've had some other instances of other stuff happening. And I don't want to go into detail about it. But suffice it to say, I have whatever the umbrella of COPD. I have emphysema, chronic bronchitis, and COPD, which is totally puzzling to everybody because I've never smoked a day in my life. And I haven't even been around secondhand smoke, never been around a lot of chemicals, or, I mean, it's just totally random. But it's something that I have to deal with now for the rest of my life. So I very likely will not be doing lives because I'll just go into random coughing spells and I can't control it. So, yeah, I still go to work and all that kind of stuff, but it's not fun at all. And I'm not telling you guys all this in order to garner any kind of. I feel like I've got this big old shadow in my eyes. Um, to garner any kind of sympathy or anything like that. I just wanted to explain why I sound the way I do because it sounds like I'm always stuffed up now, um and I'm not going to be doing lives. I'll attempt to do a live maybe today sometime just to see how I do. Not sure how it will go. Okay, that's done. All right. So, what have I been reading? Okay. So, as some of you might remember, toward the end of last year, the last week, I did a video and I was explaining of all the different like sections that I want to incorporate because I'm more than just crochet. I love to read, and I haven't been reading a lot lately, or I hadn't last year, but I wanted to try to read one book, or excuse me, two books every month. Well, I didn't, it's not the end of the month yet. I only got a week left, but I'm not going to be able to do but one book. I finished this book, and I have to tell you, this book is called Solomon's Porch by Janet Morris Grimes. Now, it's available on Amazon.com, and I am going to ask you, please, 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 please get this book and read it for two different reasons. First of all, it's an amazing story. I've never read any story quite like this. And it's just amazing. Just amazing. I cannot It's just great. It's about a man named Solomon, obviously, and excuse me, he he suffers from dementia, and there's a whole lot more to it than that. But please, it's such a great story. If you want to be encouraged, if you just get it. Now, the other reason why is because Janet Morris Grimes happens to be a friend of mine. Yes, I'm going to show you her picture. Isn't she gorgeous? So, Janet and I met um, in a writers group, and I found out she just lives right down the street from me. It talk about small world. Yeah, she only lives about 2 miles from me, as the crow flies. And we met in a writers group, and we started hanging out a little bit. We would meet for coffee or something and meet for lunch. But it's so cool that she finally got this book done. Now listen, guys, it's already a 5-star book. Favorites. I mean, it shot up to one of the top ranking book in the Christian fiction section, and I'm just so proud of Janet. So if you have a chance to go over to Amazon and pick up her book, Janet Morris Grimes, Solomon's Porch. It's amazing. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing, amazing. Okay, so excuse me. Here is her website, janetmorrisgrimes.com, and you can go over and see what she's up to. Okay. Yeah, she's been writing for a long time, but this is I believe this is her first novel. Okay, I wanted to read one fiction and one nonfiction book a month. That was my fiction book, obviously. And I have been racking my brain, and I've been bugging Mr. Happy because he's an avid reader of everything. And I said, please come up with some kind of a biography or nonfiction book that you think I would enjoy. Well, he found this for me a couple days ago about Martin Luther, Eric Metaxas, and I just read the intro, and this is going to be one of these books that it's going to take me a while to get through it. So um, I will put this on my list, but I'm still going to be trying to find another nonfiction book to read. I have one that I was thinking about reading. Let me see here. So there's actually these two. Mr. Happy gave me this one, Frontier Kentucky by Otis Rice, and it's just it's supposed to be a quick read about, basically the founding of the state I live in. So I don't know, that might be one I do. I've had this book in my possession for years. Okay, since 85. That's a long, long time. And it was given to me by two friends um, who had. So it's an old book, okay? So, Confronting Casual Christianity by Charles F. Stanley. And I know I've read it before, but I do not remember this. So I might be reading this. And then this one I have read excerpts from, but I use it more as a resource book, The 36-Hour Day by Nancy Mace and Peter Rabins. I have, kind of use that as a reference, basically, um, in working with my mom, and her issues. So, what else have I been reading? I gotta show you this. My Bible. I've been reading my Bible. I have decided to try to read the Bible through in a year. We'll see how it goes. 1 month in, and I know I'm behind, but I am really enjoying that. And if you have any questions about that part, you can ask me in the comments section below. Okay, so Um, that is what I've been reading. How's that? Only 15 minutes in. Woohoo! Okay, so what have I gotten? I have already got my knit crate, and it was the flannel colorway, and I have already caked it up because I had every intention of using it on a certain project. I started it and realized that the project that I'm making is something new to me, and I'm having to do read directions, and it's just very hard. Um, Not for everybody necessarily, but for me, it's a little difficult to do a new pattern with a dark yarn. So, yeah, it's a beautiful yarn. It's a Surrey alpaca, Surrey wool, and wool blend. And it's a number 3 weight, and I love it. It's so incredibly soft. You guys know, I love me some alpaca. So that's what I got. I also picked up some what did I do with it? Oh, okay. I picked up some Hobby Lobby um must be merino DK, and I'll be showing you that here in a little bit, but I just needed it for a project, so I picked that up. I completed my hat, my cable hat, and I just am in love with it. Isn't it gorgeous, guys? It's so pretty. Okay, let me see if I don't generally look good in beanies, so just to let you know. And I love it because there's really you can't see a front or back. There's just no seam in it. I can't even see myself, so hold on just a minute. Here we go. What you guys think? You know what? I'm going to keep it on. My hair's a little bit damp because I had taken a shower, and it doesn't look too bad, right? Isn't it amazing though? This is, oh, and I forgot who did it. It's a tutorial that I was watching, but I just think I love cable. I love the look of cabling, even with the crochet. I love that. Okay, so I know it doesn't match, but we're not going to worry about it. Oh, what yarn did I use? I can't even remember. I'm sorry. I just don't remember. Okay, so what have this is the only thing I got finished in the last 2 weeks. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's try this again. I had to pull some stuff over here. I have a lot of works in progress. And the reason why is because I keep starting something, and I am not going to apologize for it. Let me explain. I I want so desperately to finish something. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, but I have found that if there's something that I really want to work on, I tend to, I have a choice. You have a choice. You either start working on something that you want to do, or you put it aside and you forget that you wanted to make it. Or if there's a yarn that you really want to use, you either put it up on the shelf and you forget that you have it until the next time you reorganize all of your yarn, um, or you start using it. So I am tired of waiting. And yes, it means I have to wait to finish a lot of things. But I have started several projects, and I am in love with all of them, and I want to finish all of them, which is a very good place to be. And so, even this morning, there was one more thing that I found the yarn, and I'm like, I'm going to put it together because I want to do this project, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Nope, not me. Because I love the yarn and I love the project. I think they're going to be perfect together, and that's all I got to say about that. Okay? All right. So, let's look at the blankets that I had been working on. Um, this is my temperature blanket. I've gotten almost through the month of February for Mr. Happy's blanket. And there's the colors. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? And at this rate, um, this blanket will be done at the end of May because it's only about, 4 foot wide. I should have made it a lot wider. However, um, I think I'm going to run out of the yarn, and it's just going to be something that he can, throw over his lap, or he's not that kind of person to, you know, cuddle up with the, but I just think it's so pretty. I think he is already telling me he loves it. So I just don't know what I'm going to do about those ends, because oh, ends. And I don't think it will look good with an enclosed border on a chevron blanket. And because I like the chevron points. I don't want to, I know you can, but I don't want to enclose, make them squared off. But how do I get rid of all those ends? Who knows? Okay, so that's the one. And then the other blanket is my scrap blanket, that is almost done. Okay, this is my scrap blanket, and I am loving it. It's so pretty. Let's see. Yeah, I'm right here. I finished at the end, and I think I'm going to finish up these two cakes that I had put together, and then I'm going to call it done. Hopefully, it will be done. So, yeah, isn't it pretty? Lots of pretty colors, but not overly feminine. It could be used for a gentleman or a lady, right? And if if you didn't remember, I'm going to be donating that blanket to the memory care unit, or memory care community, um, uh, at the place where I'm hoping my mom will be going. So, anyway, what else have I got here? So, those are the two blankets. Now, everything else, yeah, everything else is a wearable. Okay. So, excuse me. This one here, I found this pattern. I had it in my stash. And this is called the Cuff to Cuff Crochet Cardigan by Yarnspirations. There you go. And it uses a latte cake. Actually, I think it takes 2 latte cakes. And so I have started that one. And I have pretty much finished the first sleeve. Let me show you here. And I'm using the colorway Mineral Vineyard, because I got 2.5 of those cakes, and I don't know how many we'll use up. But here is the one sleeve, and see, you're going to be, obviously sewing it together here, but I think that is part of the first sleeve. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, at the end, um, when we're all done, I think it gives you the option to put a ribbed cuff on here, which I think I might have to do. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But yeah, so that is the one sleeve, and I think it's going to be a little bit longer, but then you make the cardigan. See, and it's really cool the way they did it. See how you start here, and then you just increase and increase, and then you increase to the body, and then you start decreasing to the other side. So yeah, that's how far I've come on that. That's called the cuff to cuff crochet cardigan. Okay, so let me put the yarn back in my bag, and it's hanging in my little Vera Bradley bag. Okay, so what else have I got on this card? Because you know I have all these whip cards. So the next project I wanted to show you, I am making, see, there we go, sorry. This is the double Tunisian double crochet, and I'm just making an extra, extra, extra long. This is about half of the yarn gone, and I've got some left. I'm holding 2 strands of lace weight yarn together, and this is, what kind of fiber is it? It is, I think it's alpaca and silk. Alpaca and silk. And it is so lovely. Yeah, it goes. It matches. It's purple. Of course it's going to match. So, yeah, I'm just going to make a really, really long scarf that, you can wear like around several times your neck, and it's just so soft. It's just going to be not a statement piece, but it'll be like a little accessory. And I'm using a Tunisian crochet hook size 5 millimeter. I'm using a 5 millimeter. It's way bigger than what you would normally use on a fingering weight, but I like that lacy. That's what I'm going for. Okay, the last thing on this cart is Jeannie from On the Hook Crochet. Guys, she dropped a pattern this past week, and I mean within an hour I bought the pattern because I had to try it, because I love me some top down, and that's exactly what she did. She designed a top down. It's called the Winter Stripes sweater. Here it is. Now this one is the short sleeve, and she's wearing the long sleeve. But I am so excited. So, what yarn are you using, Petra? That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. So, when I was, I think, yeah, this is what I bought when I was down in Florida. I bought a bunch of this Barocco Comfort. Barocco Comfort. It is a 50% superfine nylon and 50% superfine acrylic. I got, excuse me, I got like maybe 6 or 7 of these. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 of these. They were half price, I think. So they were only like $3.50 each. So I bought all of them that they had. Well, that was the color. Now this color is called, well, they don't do colors, do they? 9837, and it has like a turquoisey blue and greens and a denim blue. Really pretty colors. Well, they also had some of this Barocco Comfort. It's the same yarn, except this is a solid. And I picked up 2 of these. Now that I'm thinking of it, I don't know if I picked them up when I was down there or what, but they go together. Isn't that cool? Well, Jeannie's pattern calls for color work around the yoke, and she used like 4 different colors, I think, to go with the color that she used, which I think was like an off-white. I can't remember. But in the yoke part, see, you can see the yoke part there. And she used several different colors, and she striped it. Well, I decided I had all of that multicolor, right? And I'm going to use the solid color for the stripes, just this color, not different colors. And I finished the yoke part. Now I need to work on joining it. And it's really kind of neat because she has you carry the yarn. So um, it kind of looks funny on the inside, but see, it kind of looks funny because you're carrying the yarn, but there's no ends to weave in, and you know that this is the wrong side, right? So here is my yoke. And I did have to wear a turtleneck today, right? I mean, seriously. So there is the yoke for my sweater. Isn't that neat? And now I'll be doing the joining here, and then the sleeves will be this multicolor. Let me hold it up here so you can see it. Isn't that pretty? It turned out so, I love the way this is. This is the drapiest. Oh my word, it's just so drapey. This is a 4-weight yarn, and she is recommending an L hook. I have never used an L hook for a wearable, but you know, she was wanting to go for the drape, and I'll still have to wear something underneath that, I think. I don't think I'd be comfortable wearing it all on its own, but you know, you might be able to get away with it. I don't know. But yeah, I am really super proud of myself. And guys, get this. So I told her I when she dropped the pattern, I put a comment in the comment section that I'm so excited, and I told her I'm going to be buying the pattern, and she responded. I was so excited. Well, you know how we are, guys. You know, if somebody famous like Jeannie or you know, Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet, or somebody that's got lots and lots and lots of subscribers, if they like respond to you, go, "Oh, I have a new friend." They don't know me from Adam, but you know, it makes it really kind of nice, you know, that somebody like that responds to you. So that's all I have on this cart. So let me grab my other cart. Yeah, I think that's all. I have lost count. And don't you count? Don't you judge how many I have? So this sweater I still have not worked on, but it's still on my whip cart because I will eventually get around to doing it. Okay. Excuse me. So I don't know if I had started this one or not the last time we spoke. So I am doing this sweater. Oh, I only have this much left. I was wondering, where is the skein that I'm using? I have a lot of this Twinkle DK. I had 6 skeins of Twinkle DK from Knit Crate, and it is 80 merino and 10% cashmere and 10% stellina. And this colorway is called Knit Yorker, and this is what it looks like caked up. It's like a very light lavender, and you can see the stellina in there. So I'm using a eye hook, and I'm just making up a pattern because I wanted to make a sweater with this yarn. So here's the back of it, okay? This is the back, and I'm using a herringbone half double. No, herringbone double crochet. There it is so far. I've already started the decreases here for underneath the arm, And I think I'm gonna do one more. No, I'm not gonna do one more. I can't remember now what I was doing. So anyway, I did some decreases here, and I just need to get all the way up to about this high on the neck on the back side. Then I'm going to do a little bit of a decrease here for the neck, just a little bit, not a lot. And then I'm going to do the front side, and then I got to do the sleeves. But I've got 6 skeins of this, and this is 1 skein. So I will have plenty of yarn. In fact, I might have enough yarn to do a nice little hat or something to go with it, I mean, because you got to look stylish. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a turtleneck, though. This is just going to be a regular neck, and I might do some like a detail around the neckline. Excuse me. So that is one that I'm doing. The other thing here on this part that I'm doing is I still haven't finished this. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on it. But I get into moods, guys. We all get into moods, and like there are certain of these projects that you can't really work on like just any time, because some of them you got to think, or you got to be writing stuff down, or you got to watch a tutorial and then do something, and you got to watch the next part of the tutorial and then do your thing. So yeah, that's where I am. So the next thing I want to show you that I started working on is some mittens. Yes, Petra has never made mittens, and so I'm going to attempt to make some mittens. Hand Jan crochet, and I think it's Brianna and Michelle Moore from MJ's Off the Hook. The 3 of them have done a collaboration, a crochet along called Cozy Crochet or something like that. Michelle designed a hat. Hannah, she designed the mittens, and then Brianna did the socks. So it's a crochet along, and I'm like late to the game, but I watched the tutorial and I saw the mittens, and I'm thinking they are so stinking cute. So I'm gonna have to make them. So how she did it, I mean, she worked up the pattern and all that kind of stuff, but Brianna was during it. I'm saying Brianna, and I apologize if that's not the right person, but I'm thinking her name is Brianna. Lorena? I'm sorry. I don't remember. She was crocheting the mittens while they were doing their video. And so she was doing it like I'm thinking I'm doing it. And that is do them both at the same time. Just like socks, you want to do like the one part of the sock and do the other part of the second sock, so that you have the same tension, and they'll grow together, and that when you're done, you'll have both of them, and not just, oh, I'm done with one, now I got to do the other one, and it doesn't look the same because the first one looked wonky and the other one will look better. I just don't want that. So I got two caked up hanks of yarn, and let me see here if I find, I don't even know what I did with the little tag, but this is another Knit Crate yarn, and here I've got the cuff of the one and the cuff of the other one. So I finished the cuffs. They took a while. They took a little while to do, and they're still kind of wonky on the edges. They're kind of wonky. Both of them are. But, they're mittens. They're my mittens. So this is a Knit Crate yarn, and it's a wool blend. And it bugs me that I don't have the, sorry, I don't know what, I think if I'm not mistaken, it is Auding Wools, or maybe not. I don't remember. Okay, so then the last thing in here, have have are you guys following me? Where at the beginning I said that I did get some other yarn. Here's where it comes into play. Okay, so I've only done one of her things so far, and I loved it. I mean, it's so gorgeous. Shandy, you know who I'm talking about, right? Expression Fiber Arts. And it's a really bad, this is a really bad picture because the ink didn't print out right. But this is the Glacka, it's called Glacka Shrug. And yeah, let me just make sure that's what it's called. Well, it's a shrug. I don't know if you can, let me see if there's any other pictures. No other pictures. Oh, well, no other pictures. Well, there is, but you just can't see it because the printer was just like really nasty. Okay, well, anyway, so it's a shrug, but it uses 7, yes, I said 7 hanks of yarn, DK weight. Now, I don't know how much of each of these you're going to be using up. It uses a herringbone double. So I've already started using the herringbone double on my lavender sweater. So yeah, but the colors, and you can't see the colors, but hers were like greens and blues, different shades of greens and blues, and it just was just so pretty. And so I'm thinking, I want to make me a shrug. So let me put this back in here before I forget. I went ahead and was looking while I was doing my yarn reorganization. If you haven't seen that video, I think it was one of the last ones I did. If I remember, I'll put that in the description box below. But I found some colors, but then I was trying to find 7 of the DK wool-based yarn because I want it to be nice and toasty warm. Well, I didn't have 7 colors that would work well together. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I picked up, now this is one that I had been using before, but a Must Be Merino Chambray. I got the color Chambray. I got the color White, which is more like an off-white. And this is 50% merino, 25 acrylic, 25 nylon. It's so soft. And then I got a black. I got 2 of the white, 1 chambray, and 1 black so that I could make this project. So these are the colors I have decided to put together to make this gorgeous glacka. And that's how she pronounced it, glacka. Um, excuse me, pardon me. Okay, so I'm just going to try to hold them all up together, the ends of them, so that you can see all the colors together, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. So I've got 2 different colors of green, 3 different shades of blue, a cream cup. Well, let's see here. That's more like a tan color, and then an off-white. So those are the colors. So these 2 are obviously Hobby Lobby yarns. This is a Barocco Vintage DK. in the colorway Mushroom. And these are acrylic wool and nylon blends. Then I've got another vintage DK, and this is the, okay, what's the color name? I don't see a color name on this one. Well, that's not nice, but it's the same yarn, vintage DK. Then I've got a Vidalia, no, Vidalia, that's an onion! Oh, no, Vitalana Oasis by Knit Crate, and this is colorway Palm Springs. Then I've got another Vitalana Dusk in the colorway Midnight, and this one is alpacas. This is alpacas, and then this one is alpaca Highland. There's two different kinds of alpacas and a Highland wool. And then this one is called Audine Wool's Calm. And this is wool, silk, and mohair. And then this one, did I already tell you this? Yeah, that's Midnight Dusk. So I think that's all. Yeah. So yeah, I got 7 different yarns. And now I need to find the hook size. Let's see what hook size this is requiring or recommending. It recommends a 5mm. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I might go with a G plus of 4. No, I'll go with the 5 because I've got some of this, like the different kinds of yarn, they have different properties. So let me show you. So this is the vintage DK, and it's a little bit poofier than the Must Be Merino. You can see more of a halo on there. So yeah, in order to accommodate the 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 halo, I think I'll do the 5mm. But now I just need to plan the colorway, how I want to, because her pattern shows one color in the middle and then the same colors going out towards the cuffs. So yeah, I need to plan that out and see how that's going to go. Right, so I got my H hook, and in the little container it goes, and it's going to go right back down in here into my web cart. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff I've got going on. I know. But I love it. I love it. Because, once I finish making one thing, it'll be like that impetus I need to get to the next one. It's like, ooh, I want to do that one. And there's not one single one that I'm thinking, oh, I just got to get this out of the way. I'm enjoying working on every single project. And to me, that outweighs everything, y'all. You need to enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, then what's the sense? That's just how I feel. You have a hard time seeing, but I do have all of the this is all 1, 2, 3, 4 weight all the way down. So I have everything put together, and it makes me so happy that I did that. That, however, that mess is going to have to wait. Because every time I look at the yarn, another project pops into my mind. I mean, because I just on Friday got another email from Miss Shandy from Expression Fiber Arts with another free pattern, and I printed it out And I'm loving that one too. And I'm like, I gotta do that one too. But I got I don't have any more room. That's what it is. And then I've got projects hanging here there that are kind of UFOs, kind of whips, kind of thing that I'm afraid to put them over here on my carts because then it's like then I will feel major majorly overwhelmed. Okay, everybody. Whew, that was a lot, wasn't it? That was a lot. I hope you enjoyed my roundup today. And I hope you weren't too disappointed that I didn't have any more finished projects. But please know that I'm doing well. I'm getting things done. I'm enjoying watching everybody else's videos. I've been watching a lot of non yarn content videos, and that's making me feel more well-rounded. I'm enjoying my days, or I should say my time that I do have to spend by myself. And I hope everybody is doing well. Um, have a good, safe one, okay? And today, find your happy place, and may you have a lot of joy in it. Bye, everybody.